So the Gang of Six, of course, was initially 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats. One of the Republicans left. But nonetheless, as you heard from Bernie Sanders, the plan wound up being incredibly pro-Republican. In fact, as he called it, it was, and I call it, it's a dream come true for the Republicans. Now, why do we say that? First of all, when you look at Social Security, they say that it will go down by about $1,300 a year for the recipients over their lifetimes if it is put into effect. There's the chain CIA, there's the COLAs, et cetera. What it does is it slowly takes away more and more of your money, as Senator Sanders explained on the Young Turks here. Over the first 10 years, it might be $500 in reductions. Next 10 years, $1,000, and some estimates are putting it at $1,300 overall. Now, that is a massive cut to your Social Security that you have already paid into, and that has a $2.6 trillion surplus. There is no reason in the world to cut Social Security, but they've done it anyway. The Republicans have to be ecstatic. They also cut Medicare and Medicaid. And when the Republicans went to go chop Medicare, Democrats were ecstatic. They ran ads, and they even won the 26th district in New York, which was heavily Republican. They won there because they said the Republicans are cutting Medicare, and it was true. So what do the Democrats do? They help them by saying, we're going to cut Medicare as well. Now, I should pause here to tell you, everybody in Washington is praising this to no end. Harry Reid called it a wonderful plan. Joe Manchin was in favor of it. Susan Collins was in favor of it. And they're saying, we might get 50, we might even get 60 senators. It might even be easy to get this plan through. Okay. And of course, instantly, President Obama came out and said that he was very pleased with the plan and thought it was really strong. Okay. So, why are Democrats so in favor of all these massive cuts? Well, there must be tax increases, right? I mean, because you have to be balanced. You can't just hit the middle class. You can't just hit retirees. You have to have shared sacrifice from the upper class as well, right? Wrong again, Bob. Now, they claim that they're going to take away some deductions. I believe that part. And they say that that's going to raise some revenue. Okay, great. But remember, the deductions are deductions that all of us use. The home mortgage deduction, charitable deductions, etc. So that hits the middle class pretty damn hard. Where do the tax cuts go to? And yes, believe it or not, even though President Obama said he was going to go back to the Clinton rates and take away the Bush tax cuts, no, right now the Democrats and the plan that President Obama is praising is actually going to give you tax cuts. I'm sorry, it's not going to give you tax cuts. I should clarify. It's going to give the rich tax cuts. So when you look at the top federal income tax bracket, it, according to this plan, will go down from 35% to 29%. The rich, enjoy your tax cuts. Don't worry, the middle class will be paying for it with tax increases and spending cuts. And if you think that's bad, well, how about corporate income taxes? Well, that goes down from 35% all the way down to anywhere between 23 to 29% for the top bracket. So corporations, oh, pop the champagne. You gotta love this plan. No wonder everybody in Washington is ecstatic over it. So in the end, what do we have? By the way, I didn't even get into all the other cuts. There's the Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and then they're cutting. Here, let me give you some of the examples. Federal employee pensions, curbs in the growth of military health care, and retirement costs. By the way, yes, we said cut military spending. We meant useless, helicopters and submarines that we literally do not use. We didn't mean cut the pensions of veterans. We didn't mean cut the health care of veterans that you send into endless wars. But that's what this has got. Washington is ecstatic. Healthcare programs, of course, they get cut by billions. Overall, $500 billion there, $500 billion down payment right away in cuts. So, check, huge spending cuts. Republicans are ecstatic. Check, huge cuts in what they call entitlement spending. By the way, it's called entitlement because you're entitled to it. You paid into it, right? Sad day, they're taking it away. And on top of that, if all that wasn't bad enough, we'll take away some deductions that hit all the tax brackets, but then give all the tax rewards to the top brackets and corporations. This plan, I mean, a Republican couldn't have drawn it up any better. He said, it's perfect for the Republicans. So what do the Democrats do? They are beside themselves in supporting it, except for a few Senator Sanders obviously thinks it's disastrous, and he's gathered up, he says, about 8 to 10 senators, and tomorrow they're going to meet to try to figure out how the hell they can fight against this and fight back. And he said it on this show. He needs your help. He needs the cavalry. If the American public does not rise in their righteous fury against this plan, it's going to go through, because both sides are playing you. It's good cop, bad cop, okay? And the good cops are not on your side. It's a trick to get your money from you. And the good cops are called Democrats. The bad cops are called Republicans. And they're coming to rob you. And this is the plan to do it. And by the way, if you had, with President Obama praising this plan right, left, and center, literally, if you had any hope that President Obama was a progressive, look, you got to understand something. A Republican president couldn't have gotten any of this stuff through. Now, it's in the beginning stages, but you can tell from the orgy of excitement in Washington over it, it's coming. There's the only people who can stop it is you. If you are furious over it and you demand that President Obama backpedal from this, he does bow to pressure. And then, of course, he'll take credit for boldly standing up against it when he initially said he loved it, right? That would be ideal. I would love that. And I would love for him to come out and blame the left, the professional left, like, oh, I can't believe they said all that stuff about me. See, I didn't sign it. That would be my dream come true. But unfortunately, as things stand now, he is definitely looking forward to passing this, and it is going to be, honestly, worse than what a Republican president could have done, because if it was a Republican president, the Democrats would have opposed them on just politics. They've opposed Social Security cuts before when we had Republican presidents. This is a worst-case scenario. How's that change working out for you?